Hi, boys and girls. Well, today's book is called The Berenstain Bears on the Moon. They chose to go to the moon as their space mission. I wonder where you would choose to go if you went on a space mission. Well, let's find out about the Berenstain Bears on the Moon. And it's written by Stan and Jan Berenstain. Wonder what they're going to do while they're on the moon. And look, they took their dog with them too. That's kind of cool. Didn't leave him behind. The Berenstain Bears on the Moon. Great titles page we've got there. On the night before the bears' big day, they look at the moon far, far away. They built their own rocket ship too. Pretty cool. Then morning comes. Today is the day. They will go to the moon far, far away. And we can tell, because of the dark color of this page, that it is still very early in the morning. Obviously, it's going to be a long trip, so they need to get an early start. Dad's fueled up their rocket ship. The crowd counts down, the rockets blast. They wave goodbye, they're off at last. All right, team, let's go ahead and count down. That's counting backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lift off! And they definitely lifted off. There were some people that came by to wish them well on their way. 2 little bears and 1 little pup. They're off to the moon, going up, up, up. And we can see that sight word up at the end there. They look back down, but they can't find their tree house home. They've left it far behind. Where is their town? It is hard to say. Their town is now far, far away. You can see the planet Earth as they go up into space. Now their feet no longer touch the ground. They are out in space. They float around. 2 floating bears and their floating hound. Hound is another word for dog. Up ahead, it's a shower. It's a meteor shower. They will have to go through. Turn on more power. Will they get to the moon? They will, they must. The slogan is, to the moon or bust. A slogan is a saying that you can have. Behind them, the earth is now so small. It is nothing more than a small blue ball. The pup begins to wonder when his paws will touch the earth again. Then up ahead, it's there, the moon. Buckle up tight. We are landing soon. Now, because they are close to the moon and the moon has no air, so it is time to put their helmets on and make sure that they've plugged into their oxygen tanks so that they will be able to breathe. Landing! They are landing in a cloud of dust. They said they would, and they said they must. They made it to the moon, and they didn't bust. So now they are coming in for a landing, touching down their spacecraft onto the lunar surface. And we know that lunar is another word for moon. Down onto the old moon they step with pride. 2 bears and a pup along for the ride. So they've opened their door, going out. Now the bears have many things to do, but first they take a look around. They enjoy the view. Then they fly their flag. They take moon notes. They collect moon rocks in their moon rock totes. Totes is another name for the bags they are using to collect the moon rocks, so they will be able to examine their samples when they get back down onto Earth to find out exactly what is the content of the moon rocks. And they're using measuring tools, so that's why it's important to know that math. And they're writing notes, so handwriting is very important. And they are taking photographs and using a flag so that they can share information with other nations. So you have to be able to work other pieces of equipment, all very important part of being an astronaut. They try some jumps high in the sky. Moon jumps almost make you fly. So they're testing out gravity, or rather the lack of gravity that the moon has. It means it does not have very much gravity at all. Now it's time to get behind the wheel and explore the moon in their moonmobile. Pretty neat. They have all kinds of different equipment. They would have had to learn how to drive the moonmobile and make sure that it runs up in space. 2 bears on the moon. They're all packed up, ready to go home now, and so is their pup. Will their ship lift off? Will the rockets burn? Will the 2 little bears and their pup return? I noticed they're changing their slogan. Now it says, "To the earth or bust." If the 2 little bears use all their skill, they will return. They will. So it looks like they lifted off just right. 2 bears and their pup in their rocket ship on their way home, on their back to Earth trip. To their friends on the ground, to their house, safe and sound. They made it. Good for them. They worked hard, they shared the workload, and now they're back home. They'll be able to study their notes and their rocks and get valuable information. Safe back on Earth, they step out of their ship. Wow, say the bears, that was quite a trip. Welcome home. So people are very happy to see them back. Now they look up at the stars, very, very far away. Will they go to a star? Well, they may, someday. You're right. If you try it, if you build the right equipment, if you try and solve the problems that come up, you may be able to go and visit a star or another planet. If you went up into space, where would you go? Which planet or which star would you visit? Well, you could answer our prompt. If I could go to any planet, I would go to, well, in this book, the bears chose to go to a moon. But I think I would like to go to one of the planets that has rings. Maybe Jupiter or Saturn. I wonder, where would you go if you went up into space? Well, get your journal and write about it for us. Tell us where you would go if you could go up into space.